one of the biggest standouts so far this preseason is our guy, as we can flash back to the week 2 weeks before the draft where JD said Karlaftis was our guy. Nostradamus called it, and we got him. So George the Animal Karlaftis, who threw 2 games in preseason so far. I know preseason, but 31 pass rushing snaps and 5 pressures and 2 sacks in the 31 pass rushing snaps. So my question here is, with Carlos Dunlap dealing with an injury to his Achilles, a swollen Achilles is what he's dealing with, according to Andy Reid yesterday. Do you think George has shown he's ready to make an impact from day one, on week 1, opposite Frank Clark when we go to when we go to Arizona against the Cardinals?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's the reason we drafted him. That's why we brought him in. And he was one of the guys, like I said, this is a guy that we should get in the first round. This should be our pick. And I'm in the whole, oh, no way. He didn't have any bend. He don't have any flexibility. He don't have this and have that. I said, man, look, what we need and what we haven't had is a no-quit, high-energy guy who's going to be able to get sacks, who's going to run guys down, who has no give any whatsoever. And so we're seeing that. We're seeing the fruits of what George the Animal Karlaftis gives him, right? Or Furious George, I think Twitter wants to call him. He's going to have about 3 or 4 nicknames. And the thing is, he's going to earn every single one of it. He keeps playing like this, man, he'll earn every single one of it. And so that's what I love about a guy like this, man, because he's relentless. He's relentless. He's going to work hard, but he definitely deserves to come out here and be opposite of Frank Clark because he's just going to give you that effort. I don't care what you do to him. You're not going to be able to beat him down. You're not going to make him tired. And so Andy's like, look, I'm going to put him in there. And George's like, keep giving me more. Keep giving me more. He's not one of those guys you're going to see tap on his helmet to come out. I don't think that's not his makeup. So definitely, he deserves it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this after we lost the Bengals. You said we needed a guy who was going to be relentless, a high energy guy, just going after the quarterback relentlessly.
Yes.
And I know it's preseason. So I've seen some people say, okay, relax, let's cool down on the Karlaftis stuff. It's just preseason, but like those are things that you can see that stands out on tape because he is nonstop.
Yeah, look, as a tight end in NFL, okay, who blocked a lot of defensive ends, some great defensive ends, okay, the guys that you knew that you had to always come in with your hard hat and lunch pail was always those high energy guys. You knew that regardless of, having the big names and stuff like that, a guy that came in who was going to claw, bite, scratch, do whatever he needed to do to get to the football, you knew that was going to be a full day. You knew that. And so, it's almost like when you see, movies and they're beating a guy down and they're just like, man, stay down. Come on, man, stay down. And he just gets up, bloody. No, he just keeps coming, and all of a sudden it's like you make the guy that who's supposed to be the one, you make him quit. But George has that about him. I mean, he's not, he's to me, he's going to be a star. He's going to be a guy that, without a doubt, the fans are going to love, and he's going to be here probably from years in and years out, man. Seriously, but just because people love a guy like that, and so I think it was a big difference. It was a big difference because the Bengals had a couple guys like that. The one dude that was chasing Patrick around. And you could tell, man, after a while, a guy like that who has a high motor, it's difficult, man, because you need a guy like that at the end of the game, for real.
Yeah. And the Bengals have 2 of them, Hubbard and Hendrickson. Both guys come off the edge.
Oh, yeah. So we got one.
Yeah.
But I think, somebody made a point. I think I've seen her tweet, Kylie Manning. She was saying, like, I think we need to bring in another defensive end. I'm just like, shoot, yes, right? And I was like, we needed to do it during camp, right? Did we talk about that? Did we talk about bringing 2 defensive ends in and have them here?
The same day we brought in Dunlap. We also brought in the dude from the USFL. We didn't sign him, but yeah.
Hello, yes. So Dunlap, man, having this Achilles, injury. And, we don't know how that's going to fare like throughout the year. Hopefully it's not a problem, an issue. But the guy's an older guy. He's got some tread on on the tires, man. He's been wanting to tread down a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you have a guy who would come in and do something, without a doubt, I think that's the direction you need to go. Not just to mention, you're looking for guys to step up, right? So it should always be like, man, George just got here. Why is he the guy that's making all the noise, right? Why is that?
Although Kane Doe has looked pretty decent in some of the third and fourth quarter reps he's had.
Yeah, he has. I mean, listen, hey, look, I think I still want him. I still want to see him figured out, man. I still need to see a little bit more assertiveness, right? A little bit more umph and sprightness and firing off the ball, and that's what I want to see. You're a defensive man. You're supposed to have it every single play. So maybe that's what I'm expecting from him. I want to see that he just has that passion of like that no quit.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not that guy. Maybe he's a guy that is a solid guy. I'm looking for that being. I'm looking for the explosiveness. From Kando. Dan, and I mean, he comes and he does a great job. I love how he plays. So I don't know if this ends up being a problem with Dunlap. Like, we don't know. We don't quite know how he feels. He's going to be ready for the season. Maybe this game up in the air. Then I think you've got to explore that option. No doubt about it. So,
how worrisome is it an Achilles injury at that effort for an edge rusher? Is that like that? That's
man. Shoot, Kelly. I mean, because you got to come off the football. I mean, you're doing a lot of like changing of direction. So you're hitting the defensive end, and something happens, and that thing blows or something like that. And we're not putting this on. I'm not putting this. Hopefully, Dunlap is going to be fine. I think everything's going to be great. Right. I think you just have to have a contingency plan. If something like this does happen, it's you got to be prepared for it. But I hope he's going to be all right with this. And maybe it's just some soreness that he has. And if the doctors are saying like, look, maybe you just need a little rest, right? Because he's just coming into camp and whatnot. Like maybe it's just part of that, and taking some time. But I think if he get the rest that he needs and that's what it is, cool. We'll back off from saying that maybe we needed another guy in here, but
Yeah, because in Andy's press conference yesterday, I believe he said that he's getting better. So it's like, okay, that's a good sign right there.
Good sign, right? So yeah,
and maybe this is soreness. It's like he's an older guy. He's been off pretty much all off season. Comes right back into training camp, ramped up. It's like he wasn't, body wasn't ready.
Man. Yeah, look, he's not a spring chicken. He ain't young no more. So sometimes it takes a little time to warm up, and like you said, they haven't been in camp and whatnot. It may take him a little time.
Yeah. And on the Karlaftis nicknames, I'll take any of those nicknames. The only thing I don't want is me wanting to call him a perfect stranger. Balky, he's also from Greece. I don't want to be my perfect stranger if he has any off games.
Yeah, Balky. Oh my gosh, that's a great one. I haven't heard anybody reference that show like forever. Balky. I'm actually shocked that you know that.
My older brother showed me a lot of stuff, man.
Okay, yeah. Good show. I used to like that show a lot.
Bronson Pinchot, man, he's hilarious. He had that funny little scene in Beverly Hills Cop as the art dealer.
Oh yeah, the art dealer. Yeah. Not a problem, those. Yeah.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.